Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Upcycled Underground's freestyle upcycling sessions. Today I'm going to work with this print. So I found this vintage Keith Haring shirt. Oops! But of course it had to happen. Well, anyway, I found this shirt that I've cut out. And that's going to be my base idea and reference for this piece. What I'm planning to do is use this base for this very artsy piece, right? So I've got this really cool base. It kind of looks like a grey wall somewhere, and I'm very, very inspired by New York. I actually went to New York quite a few years back, but it's still very fresh in my memory. It was an absolute adventure. So I'm going to honor one of my favorite artists with his simple style, combine some of his works, some of my ideas, create a few really cool patches, and make this incredible blazer thing. It's going to be one of a kind piece because I've only got one t-shirt like this, and I'm also not replicating my ideas. So stay tuned, stay with me, and see what I come up with. Next stop is patch making. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm back at the machine. What I'm going to do now is basically create my patches. I've cheated a little bit and prepared them a bit there. So I've used the black thread to go all around the outlines to keep them in place. And now I'm going to go around the whole thing with the white thread and then cut them to shape. So that's my plan for now. Let's see how that turns up. I've also got this cool idea of actually printing out one of my favorite pieces that Keith Haring ever did, and that's the Dog DJ, and create like a little rave scene out of this, as if there was like an illegal party. Like dance music party, obviously, at the New York subway. I also love the iconography of the subway itself. So I'm thinking of making like a Kiss My Art patch with that. Kiss My Art was just like this slogan I've come up with a while back. I think it was like just at the beginning of the summer. 25, and I use it when I collaborate with other artists. I've got this incredible crew of artists from Warsaw here at Praga. It's a district that's very artistic, very alternative as well, I'd say. So a lot of subcultures intertwine. There's a lot of seeping through. So thanks to that, all the artists have their own original styles and create incredible things. So I'm really happy I'm able to cooperate with people like that. Some artists actually ordered pieces from me just to wear them, so it's an absolute pleasure and honor to make those for them. If you're curious about their outfits, I'm happy to show you what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is go around, make sure I've got my patches in place so I can cut them out. And when I cut them out, I'm going to place them all around the jacket. When I do that, I'm going to sew them on and think if there's anything else I want to add. It's quite a simple design because I would like to honor Keith Haring here. I want him and his work to actually take over this piece. That's out of the respect I've got for street art in general, especially very simplistic styles like this. I mean, look at this. This is like a child's drawing, but this art was actually made to give political statements as well as just the general joy of creating. Keith Haring was an activist. Unfortunately, he died of AIDS in the late 80s. I think it was 88, but I wouldn't like to give you like any wrong information. There's plenty of really cool art documentaries about Mr. Haring. So you know, I'd rather you watch those than listen to me ramble on. But we all know that the New York street art has had a great influence in general on culture, on pop culture and art in general. So as much as I'm not a great graffiti artist myself, I like to cooperate with such people. And like I said, it's an absolute pleasure and an honor to do this piece because it's quite important to me. So, yeah, next up is the cutouts. I'm gonna get this done off camera, not to bore you too much. And I'll see you at the next step of creating this incredible art piece. Okay, so I've got all my patches ready. And what I'm gonna do now is cut them out to shape with my big, massive scissors. I love my scissors. I'm going to cut them to shape. I've actually used this cotton, very thick background for them because the t-shirt was quite see-through, let's face it, and it was in a bad shape. So I wanted to give it a background that will be very easy to work with, you know, very elastic, but on the other hand not too stretchy. It had to be light colored, you know, obviously to match what I've got, because with a see-through t-shirt like this, you know, obviously if I used like a very dark background, then it wouldn't look right. So yeah. Well, let me show you what I'm doing, what the point is. I can't wait to get this done. It's going to be awesome. I don't even remember where I've heard of Keith Haring. He's such a constant fixture, like an art fixture in my life. I feel like I've known these little dancing dudes such a long time. But I watch a lot of documentaries, so maybe that's where it actually comes from. I don't know. Never saw any of the Keith Haring works, I don't think, other than the Crack is Whack wall, which has been preserved since the 80s in Brooklyn, I think. I think it is in Brooklyn. But, yeah. I want to keep the movement in the patches themselves. That's why I'm cutting them out quite, you know, fiddly work, but I think it's gonna be totally worth it. Okay. Okay, so that's what it looks like once it's cut out. As you can see, it actually looks like a graffiti or like a sticker. I really love the sticker aesthetics. What I will have to do is use the clothing shaver and actually remove all the weird distorted bits here as well. Somebody obviously really loved this t-shirt. So yeah, see you soon with the next step. Okay, so I've created my patches. Obviously I've got the ones made from the t-shirt, so I'm gonna put them round like so, all around. I've also kept the original Keith Haring sign here and the original tag, so I'm gonna make use of everything that I've got there. On top of that, I used my iPad to actually create some more patches. Like, this is my favorite Keith Haring piece, obviously the vinyl DJ. That's gonna be the centerpiece here. So all the little colorful people patches will be all the way around here. I'm gonna pin them in a minute. So here's the DJ dog. Of course, I've also got, in this convention of, like, you know, an old mural or like an old graffiti that's coming off. Art is for everyone. I think that's the quote that captured me personally the most. Not believing myself in being an artist, well, this actually makes me think I am. So art is for everyone. Additionally, I've made this really cool photograph patch of Keith Haring getting arrested for painting the New York subway. So yeah, that's kind of iconic, and I really wanted to incorporate that into my design, and my own design based on the subway iconography and the whole, subway system in New York. Kiss My Art. Like I said, Kiss My Art is very close to my heart. So one of one kind of a piece coming up shortly. I'm going to pin those onto the jacket now and see what it looks like. I'm really happy with all of these. They're so awesome. It feels like going back to childhood and actually, making little collages out of stickers and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to work on this now, and you'll see the layout shortly. Yeah. So I've pinned all my patches onto the jacket, as you can see. I've tried to have them at even, spaces or whatever, like here, so the sleeve patches look even. Also, I wanted them to go even along with the Kiss My Art thingy. So I think I've managed that. And I've got the racing at the back. So what I'm going to do now is basically remove this from myself, move over back to the monster, and get sewing on my machine. First I'm going to use the white thread for all the lighter bits, and then I'm going to change it to black one and do the darker bits. I'm going to show you what I'm doing in just a second when I teleport. Ooh. So I'm on the finish for the back piece now. Got a couple of patches left. So the plan is to actually finish adding the patches on, add a tag, shave the old Keith Haring t-shirt bits, and it's gonna be ready. So not long left until it's done. It will be available for a client or somebody who really appreciates Keith Haring. Well, probably both. Might wear it tomorrow as I've got this art event, so I would like to, gain some attention, and I think this piece might actually do the job and present me as somebody who knows a thing or two about art itself, not only about, trashy clothing. I love my trashy clothing. Not very comfortable because of the irregular shapes. It's not very, comfortable to work with on that respect, but the jacket itself is much lighter than the regular denim that I work with, and jeans and jean jackets mostly, so it's a nice change because it's not as heavy. Might be a little bit tricky at points, but it's not as heavy, so my back is feeling much better when I do things like this. I'll show you the back when it's done. Right, I'm at the finish line of this, so I'll show you in a sec what it looks like. A few last rotations. standard. I should get a stand for this, but I walk around with my phone a lot and the stand is not very practical. Also, I don't like the selfie sticks and other things like that. So I must think of a solution for my phone constantly falling over. As my videos are mostly unedited, other than just basically glued together in the video making app. So I don't script, I don't edit too much. The main thing I do really is just, you know, splice them together and release them. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of phones flying in my content. Right, so my last dancer is nearly done. Final bit here to finish off. Right, I'm so happy with this. It's going to be great. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna shave the old t-shirt now because there are quite a few of, like, you know, those not very cool bits, as you can see. So it's shaving time, and after that I'll add my tag and I think I'm done. Time for the presentation in a bit. Oh, I'm so happy with this little bit. Shaving time. Right, I think I've got it. I'm going to put it on this hoodie for now. My work hoodie. Well, looks awesome, if I may say so myself. So he's my art. I've also used the original Keith Haring tag and added it here like it was his own piece, like a, you know, in the metro or the subway. Keith Haring getting arrested. Art is for everyone. And the dancing back. So there you go. This is what you can do where you've got a bit of imagination, a couple of simple tools, and an old t-shirt and a blazer that you want to do something with. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment, and see you in the next video. Take care.